So what is George Soros working on? While you're being ridiculed and told not to prep, what are they working on? Well, he's currently financing the fight to put a massive dent in the Second Amendment and give the United Nations a troublesome amount of control over the world's guns. How's he doing it? Well, he's just using his favorite media tool, Media Matters. They're pushing the UN's Arms Trade Treaty, the ATT. And if we agree to the ATT, all member states must follow international licensing requirements, confiscate unauthorized firearms, ban the trade, sale, and private ownership of semi-automatic guns, create and mandate an international gun registry. All sound good, don't they? If you want to fight this, I want you to call the number at the bottom of your screen right now and sign up. Become a lifetime member of the NRA. Sign up for the NRA now if you haven't already. Call your U.S. senators. Demand that they vote not to support this the UN Arms Trade Treaty. Contact the White House. Hello, White House. Yeah. And tell them no. Rescind their support of this treaty. I told you that they will go around the Constitution any way they possibly can. That's why you need to pass this on to your friends and your family, and you need to get organized. Activate. Register as many people as possible. You can do that at glennbeck.com. The fight isn't won, however, on Election Day. It is won over the days and the weeks and the months before it. Well, that is right now. Remember, they will mock preppers because they themselves are preparing. They don't want to meet any kind of resistance. Besides, attacking the Second Amendment is never a good idea, and it's not the only idea they have. The UN last Thursday also called for international taxes. I'm sorry. I'm using old American speak by calling them taxes. We have to look at it from the New World Order. It's not taxes. It's innovative financing. Yeah. Innovative financing. In order to raise $400 billion a year so they can redistribute it to the poor countries. Among the taxes proposed, a tax on the world's 1,200 billionaires, because according to the UN, they have plenty of money and they'll never be hurt by this tax. Sound familiar? Also, a tax on carbon dioxide emissions. Sound familiar? A tax on all currency transactions in the dollar, yen, euro, and pound sterling. Also, they want to expand a levy on airline tickets already in place. And here's my super favorite. They're proposing a tax on a new tax. The UN wants to take a portion of the tax for another tax. The proposed EU tax on financial transactions, they want to tax that one and give that one for international cooperation. Wow. This is what these people are doing now on a lead up to an election year. This is what they're telling the world. They think this sounds appealing to the world, and many people in the world, maybe it does. But to get us to buy into a global tax system, these are the things that they're saying they're going to do. Imagine what this world will be like just a few years into this nouveau monde. You can call it a conspiracy theory, you can call it a phase, you can call it whatever you want, but there's no denying that it is not stopping the fundamental transformation of America. Do you remember this?
We will not just win this general election. We will change the course of history and write a new torch for change in this country. And the glow from that fire can truly light the world. We will win this election. We will change the course of history, and the real journey to heal the nation and repair the world will have truly begun.
Repair the world. Who did the damage? You notice he's not talking about just the fundamental transformation of America, but healing the world. The globe is in transition. It's in play right now. It's fundamentally changing. Last week on July 6th, the administration announced a new executive order that gives the president control over communications during an emergency. Normally, I would say no big deal. It's been done before, blah, 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 other presidents. But whenever an administration, this administration in particular, dumps a story on a Friday of a holiday week, because that's where stories go to really die, it makes me wonder, Why would they bury this? This administration has a habit of putting these pieces of a really horrifying machine out in this fashion. He signed the Indefinite Detentions, the National Defense Authorization Act. He signed that bill on New Year's Eve. Were you watching? Were you watching the news? Any of your friends? The Senate passed an unpopular Obamacare bill on a rare Christmas Eve vote. Were you watching? All of these others were announced on News Dump Friday, all of these. And none of them are really good. America, there are two Americas now. One of them reveres America, recognizes its problems, its flaws, but understands the Constitution. The other does not. And those who do not pose a threat to the Republic as we know it. Look who our leaders are now befriending. Gang, show me your friends and I will show you your future. A world led by those who despise the free market and America. By those who believe America is a bully, not a beacon of hope, but a bully. One that should take the flag down because they're oppressors. A world run by those who think sovereignty was neat, but it's no longer needed. And replaced with a system where your money is taken from you by somebody you didn't elect and then sent to some far-off corner of the world where you don't have a voice left. You don't have Second Amendment rights. The currencies are worthless or taxed on transactions. Two Americas. That's what it's down to. One that lives with common sense. The one that I always thought all Americans understood. And one that doesn't have common sense. Which one? I know the answer for you, but which one are your neighbors? How about your friends and family? You need to be surrounded. I tell you, I went to a town that had about 400 people in it on vacation, and it was great. It was great. Like-minded people. You need to be around like-minded individuals. Find out. Are you around like-minded individuals or not, if you don't know already? And if you're not, may I suggest you consider moving to a place where you are. I mean, I could recommend Texas, but Texans are getting kind of pissed at me on that one. So Oklahoma is beautiful, especially this time of year.